A client recently asked me, how do you know when it's time to change service providers, Trevor? Well, I thought it's a fair question because in business, loyalty matters, relationships matter, and change can feel risky. But here's a principle I developed just this past week. You know it's time to change when price, promises, and perception no longer match the actual. Many organizations remain loyal to service providers for years, not because the service is exceptional, even, but because it's familiar. There's comfort in continuity, we all know that. However, loyalty should never come at the expense of performance or compliance or even value. When service levels decline and expectations are no longer met, loyalty becomes a liability. Let's start with price, shall we? If your costs are increasing every year, year after year, but service levels remain unchanged or worse, they decline, there is a clear imbalance. You're not paying for value then. You're paying for inertia. Next, what about promises? Every service provider begins with strong commitments, detailed proposals, service level agreements, and performance guarantees. But over time, those promises can fade. Missed schedules, inconsistent staffing, lack of supervision, declining attention to detail. So, when promises no longer reflect reality, it's time to reassess, I would say. Then there's perception. Perhaps the company still has a good reputation, we argue. Perhaps they've served you for years, you say. But reputation should not replace measurable performance. Perception without accountability can conceal declining service quality. And this brings us to the most important element of it all, the actual. What is actually being delivered is the question. Are service levels consistent? Are hygiene standards maintained? Are contractual obligations met? Are performance reports transparent? Are your expectations being fulfilled? Because in facilities management and workplace hygiene, the actual service delivered is what protects your environment, your staff, and your reputation. Too many organizations delay change. They remain loyal long after value has already declined, but the cost of waiting can be significant. Reduced hygiene standards, employee dissatisfaction, operational inefficiencies, compliance risks, and ultimately, reputational damage. Recognizing the need to change sooner rather than later, it's not disloyal, it is responsible. At Crystalmount, we believe service delivery should be measurable, transparent, and aligned with your expectations. We don't ask for loyalty, we earn it through performance, through accountability, and through consistent results. Because in professional service delivery, value should never be assumed, it should be demonstrated. So, how do you know when it's time to change service providers? Here we go. When price, promises, and perception no longer match the actual. If you're questioning whether your current service provider is still delivering value, it may be time for an objective review. because the right service partner doesn't just maintain your workplace, they protect it.